right, take two, I guess.
This is the first time we had to ever restart the pod. I feel bad.
What would YouTube do if we did, use profanity?
Say something that we weren't supposed to say?
Use profanity in the first 30 seconds. That
I
is
feel
some
like
YouTube thing, right?
we'll get shadow banned
Does it? I don't think we get banned. I think we just get like...
not pushed. Algorithmically?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Because I see all the YouTubers, like, when I watch YouTube, they're like...
Same, when I see podcasts on YouTube.
They always say that. They're like, oh my god, no, the first 30 seconds. Like,
yeah, so I guess we have to abide by the same rules.
We should abide by the rules of podding.
As responsible podcast hosts.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because we're such responsible hosts, I promise not to curse for the next, I don't know, is it 15 seconds, give or take?
15 years.
I don't know about that. I can't give you 15 years of my life.
This is a fun episode because it's STARbound 21. That's like a fun number,
Like, what's 9 plus 10?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
That's an old Vine for those of you that don't know. 21 Savage. Let's just go.
Yeah, that's pretty old. That's a pretty old Vine. They're probably most people.
That's like, I think that's like, to me, that's the Vine. That is like,
really?
It has to be top 3 for like the most legendary Vines to ever come out of Vine.
What were some of the, the one that I had as like my ringer on my phone was like that crack kid who got hit in the head with a basketball.
Oh, I saw that.
It was like,
yeah.
I had that as my,
that guy was so
I had that
funny.
as my phone ringer. It was the most annoying thing. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
Because I got so tired of that noise. Every time somebody called me, yeah, I'm like, no.
That's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. I love the watermelon inside of a watermelon.
Yes.
That was a classic.
That was a classic. Oh, and isn't like These Nuts also TikTok?
Did that come from Vine?
Is that TikTok or Vine?
That's definitely not TikTok. These Nuts is way older
Yeah,
than
I think that's Vine, dude.
But I don't know if it's from Vine. It just feels so like... That
feels newer. That feels newer than Vine.
It's because it's like perfect. But These Nuts has been around since like when Obama was running for president. Like,
I think it was Vine.
It's old.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I hope we're past 30 seconds by now. The damn.
Oh yeah. We're
all right. Good. Fuck that shit. Anyway. Back on my bullshit, you feel me?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my god. But no, These Nuts, I lied about the 9 plus 10 shit. These Nuts has to be the biggest thing to ever come out of Vine.
I think so too.
Because it has stayed forever.
Yeah.
Like, I still use it. Like,
yeah.
Like, not even just in like comedy purposes, but just like every time you see These Nuts, it's just like,
oh, do it for the Vine.
Do it for the Vine did not out loud. No. That stayed in Vine, and
that's not on TikTok. There's no like do it for the TikTok.
Because that was meant for Vine. You know what I mean? You can't take the same thing and just put it everywhere. No one says do it for the Instagram.
Yeah, TikTok really adapted because like it was like Musically at first, and it was just I think it was like I don't know because I think I had like Musically for like a second. But I don't think I posted anything.
I saw people posting Musicallys on Instagram, but I never got Musically. Yeah. But I do have TikTok.
I think the only thing you could do, though, was, like, record yourself in, like, a time lapse. Mm-hmm. And then, like, so you'd like, sing a song, like, slowly, basically. And then it would, like, look like you're just singing in super speed.
Remember they looked really weird.
And then, like, now, that was still something... That's probably still something you can do on the TikTok app. But like not many people do it.
Yeah, because that's not what TikTok is known for. That was what Musically was known for.
Which is still the same app, though, I think.
It's the same app, but the rebranding was so perfect. Like, I feel like people should study, like, the Musically to TikTok rebranding.
They probably do.
They should. Yeah. Because the way that shit went from, like, I think even back when we were in, like, was it middle school or high school at that point?
Yeah.
Musically was never that big. It was never that big. It had, like, a niche audience.
A niche following, yeah, in, like, freshman, sophomore year of high school for us, which is, like, was our first year of high school 2014 or 2015?
2014.
It was...
Because we changed from...
semester
No, I'm sorry, 2015, because I changed from 14 to 15 in freshman year.
15, 16, 17, 18. We graduated 18.
Yeah.
So I guess 2015. But wait, the year starts...
We started 2014. Then the new year happened. It was 2015.
Does the school year start? It starts in like August, right? Or something like that.
August?
Because no. Oh
no, the new year starts on January.
We've been so far out of high school that I can't even remember when like school starts.
August to September, sometime around there.
I think it's like
it was like
the end of August.
I think it used to be the end of August, and they moved it back into September.
Yeah,
because of Labor Day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely we started in August. So we started in 2014, and then we switched to
2015.
2015.
Yeah, but we started Right, but I guess you would label that year as 2015. Anyway,
I think
2016 is when musically I remember being kind of a thing. 2015, 2016 is kind of remember.
Yeah, I think These Nuts is older than Musically because I remember saying These Nuts in middle school.
Musically might have. When did Vine get taken down?
Vine was taken down around the beginning of our high school, so like was it 15, 16, maybe 17, but by our last 2 years of high school, that junk was gone.
I'm very upset about that, man, because I remember there was just one website you could go to try to find your old Vines, but mine I could never find on it.
You're gone?
Yeah, and I had some ones that I thought were so funny of Jay when he was I remember my little brother when he was really little.
Yeah.
And there's still some of those on my Instagram, if you scroll way down, but the ones on Vine are gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're all your Vines have disappeared. I know they have that archive thing, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't work for sometimes for some accounts it works and for some accounts it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think it's just because they just took all the shit that was on Vine. They just put in a bunch of random servers, right? Yeah. So I'm guessing you can't move all of the accounts. You just move the biggest ones.
I think a reason I do have I do have a respect for YouTube is because when I upload something to YouTube, I feel like it's not going away.
Yeah.
That's nice, unless it's gonna get demonetized and taken down. Because I remember
even YouTube sometimes will take an old video and then put it into the algorithm.
Jacob's.
Yeah.
So our good friend Jacob, who visited on an earlier. Oh, he wasn't in an episode. Actually, was he?
He did a little bit at the end of an episode.
Yes. He has a classic Minecraft video on YouTube, and it got taken down for 2 years.
Why? Is it because it sounded similar to the other song?
It was because it was a parody of I'm glad you came, and he made it. I'm glad you're tame. Yeah. Which it was super popular, and then it got taken down. I guess because of copyright issues.
Kind of too similar to I'm glad you came or something like that.
I don't know. We should ask him.
YouTube had a lot of copyright issues because even if you were a parody, because usually the rule is if it's a parody or a joke, it's fine.
Okay, I'll text him, and then if he gets back to me before the end of the episode,
we'll reveal it.
Then we'll reveal it.
Yeah, but YouTube does feel really safe. Where I'll even see it on my YouTube thing where old videos from 8, 9 years ago will be recommended. I'm watching a really old video.
Yeah,
it's because it's funny or it's quick or whatever. So I do appreciate YouTube for being basically an archive for the internet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
I actually watch my Vines off of YouTube and not even the Vine archives.
Yeah, exactly. And it's you kind of have to take your battles, right? Because especially with podcasts like this and stuff like this, YouTube is a forever home, because you don't have to pay to get your stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But with Spotify, you do have to pay to get stuff up and going.
Yeah.
Spotify, there is some stuff you can get around to have it being pretty cheap.
There's just more rules around music.
Yeah.
The music industry is kind of weird.
Yeah, but you can always put stuff on YouTube and just leave it there. That's what I love about YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube can be like a diary basically because it will be there forever and ever.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff on YouTube. The only downside is freaking ads.
Yeah. Instagram feels pretty safe now too. But
define safe.
When I say safe, I mean I feel it's not gonna be randomly taken down an Instagram post. I feel Instagram's not gonna go out of business so that same as Facebook. Although it might not be where everybody that we know is nowadays, I feel safe that that most of my stuff on there is not gonna be spontaneously taken down. It's a fear because of Vine,
Yeah.
It's oh, I should have backed up those videos, but it's TikTok. I don't know if it's quite gained that trust yet, but I feel it's becoming big. It's so big now. It's the biggest thing.
It's the biggest one.
That it probably won't get taken down abruptly like Vine. Wow, did Vine was popular, and then Instagram added video. You remember that? You remember how Instagram didn't have video?
That's what Instagram does, dude. Like, they'll see something popular and then they'll rip it.
Yeah, and like the same thing with Snapchat. Like,
yeah, Snapchat had the whole stories thing that was dope, and then Instagram was like, ooh.
Yeah.
We're gonna take that.
Yeah, and now
everyone knows Instagram stories, and like people have abandoned Snapchat.
I used to use Snapchat all the time in high school for like the streaks and like all that, and then the stories
and the other thing,
and then like Instagram added stories, and I barely ever use Snapchat.
Yeah, it really defeated its purpose, which I don't understand how TikTok was able to maintain its reign, because Instagram tried to rip off of TikTok.
Yeah, because there's Instagram Reels.
Yeah,
and even YouTube trying to get in the game.
Or is it YouTube Reels and Instagram?
YouTube Shorts. Instagram Reels. And then just TikTok.
Snapchat has their own thing too, but no one uses Snapchat anymore.
Oh, they have their own like video thing?
Yeah, they try to do another like For You page, TikTok style thing.
So I don't know if any of you guys have explored that side of Snapchat where you can like watch videos, but they're awful because like they have an ad every like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's literally like the worst like ad to video ratio that I've ever seen. It's so
bad.
trash.
I was thinking about ads, like you have to spread it out enough where whoever's watching feels like they still gain something at the end of the day, and then they'll continue to want to be on here. Yeah. If you give an ad every 0.2 seconds at the juiciest parts, people are going to be like, it's not worth my time.
It's some like teasing headline like, can you believe that Brad Pitt said this? And then you watch it, and it's like,
and they don't even say that in the first, it's like a completely different story. You gotta wait 50 ads just to see what happened with Brad Pitt. I swear,
it starts with Brad Pitt's, like, birth.
Exactly.
Like, Brad Pitt was born on
1979.
But no one would know what was yet to come for him. Ad.
Yeah.
It's so lame, dude. Like, Snapchat's so bad about it.
Brad Pitt's first girlfriend. It's like, okay.
I'm never interested enough in the headline, in the tabloid, to, like, stick with
I don't look at any of those anymore. And I feel like, and here's the thing, and I get it. Everyone wants to make money.
Yeah.
You shouldn't not want to make some money, because you're going to want to do some things. Right. You know what I mean? It's just value in, value out.
Yeah.
But you also can't squeeze your audience. You can't rob them.
Yes.
So there's a delicate balance between what am I giving you and what am I taking. And I feel like Snapchat, in terms of ads and those like news stories, it takes too much and gives too little.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. And like imagine, and this might happen with like some YouTube videos based on how
I'm at the brink. I think I'm at the line with YouTube where if they up their ads anymore, I'm like, I'd rather find something else.
Here's my thing. I can usually get through a song on YouTube without an ad. But if I start like listening to songs on YouTube and then like ads pop up during the song, no. You know what I'm saying? Because like, no way.
You can't break the train of music. Thought.
Like, that would be so messed up. You know what I'm saying?
No, music's a special thing where I feel like you can't break up a song with ads because each song is like a full thought. And if you break up the feeling, the energy of like what you're hearing, it's like, it just feels horrible.
Not to mention, ads have always been in like every media like louder than the content. And it's so that like, you know, when you're watching TV, like...
Yeah, who's mixing these freaking...
Yeah, ads. When you're watching TV, you're, like, paying attention, and it's suddenly like, wow, get this new toothpaste, blah, blah, blah. Because they want to catch your attention.
Yeah.
So they're always louder. But especially if you have, like, headphones in, and you're listening to music on YouTube, imagine just this, like... It's SoundCloud. Okay, SoundCloud, they don't interrupt the song, but they have ads in between songs sometimes. And that's I actually like listening to songs on SoundCloud because there are a lot of great songs that you can't find on Spotify because they have samples and stuff like that. But when I'm, like, changing songs and I switch to one, I, like, change to the next one and there's an ad, like, hey, da-da-da-da, and it, like, blasts in my ear while I'm listening to headphones. It's like,
I know it's SoundCloud. SoundCloud isn't designed to be the perfect mix master thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, their ads are far louder than any song on there.
Dude, exactly.
It's ridiculous. It's like, bro, I don't want to... Not that I don't want to hear your ad. I mean, I don't want to hear your ad.
Yeah.
But, like, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. I'm at, like, a slow part of a song or something, playing some R&B or something like that. It's just like, boom!
But then...
SoundCloud Plus.
You also got to play the game, you know? Like, what I find funny is, like... You know, like, Cody Co. and Noel Miller, like, Tiny Meat Gang is their podcast. And I've watched them a few times here and there.
What's their podcast?
It's called Tiny Meat Gang.
Do they have tiny meats?
I mean, it's called Tiny Mike.
Enough said.
But like, so they have a podcast, and you guys might know them from like Cody Co's pretty popular, and they used to do like the That's Cringe videos and stuff like that. But they like sometimes do ads on their podcasts, and a lot of times like podcasts do ads by having to read out something. So there's like a break in the episode, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have to do our ad real quick, and then they just like read like, oh, you know, like, get me undies, like, because blah, 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 blah.
Get this meat, yeah.
But, like, something that, like, makes me, like, just, like, laugh out loud at Cody Co and Noel's podcast, and I haven't listened in a minute, so I don't know if they're still doing this, but Noel, like, at the end of the ads will be like, skip. Like, he would just say it. Like, he'd be like, skip that shit. I'm like, do the advertisers like it when creators do that? Man.
Here's the thing, though. If you can actually make your ad funny, people will sit just to watch through it. They'll want to see the ad.
He would say that after the ad, though. Like, he would, like, or before the ad. He'd be like, it's skip time. Like, and I'm like, do your advertisers like this? Like,
yeah, I think they still do, because at the end of the day, right? He's saying that and playing funny and jokes and like trying to be relatable, but like his audience likes that, and the advertisement just want to get to his audience. So that's what it takes. True. They'll do it. Yeah, I like how
that's true.
I watch Angry Joe just because I love video games.
Yeah,
and
he started out by, we should give him the backstory, by yelling at movies.
No, Angry Joe. No. He's always been video games first. Okay. He just started doing movies. Not more recently, but, you know, that was a later thing he added on to.
Yeah.
But Angry, you know, his whole thing is that he yells at people. Well, yada.
Yeah.
But I watch his news podcast sometimes because I like to hear him, like, just talk about random BS that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
And he always starts off with, like, you know, Manscaped?
Yeah.
He always starts off with a Manscaped. Yeah, that's like one of the big 3 YouTube ad people. It's like them, NordVPN, and... What?
MeUndies.
I actually haven't gotten to MeUndies.
Oh, really? I've heard like a bunch of MeUndies. It's like some underwear.
Is this the one with like all the girls are like, oh my god, men's underwear? Like this is the best. Like
maybe. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah,
I might have seen that. But anyway, but he always starts with like a Manscaped ad.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the whole ad is just like a bunch of dick jokes, basically.
Oh.
That's all it is. Like, something would happen, like, I think for Christmas, and it would be like, oh, you want to get your girlfriend a real gift this Christmas. You know, like, there's a lot of, like, just dick jokes. And just, like,
you're right. It's
funny.
Better advertising if they play up the ad.
Exactly.
And you want your sponsors to come back, so if they're funny, then you're actually going to sell more product.
I'll actually, like... they're so funny that I'm looking forward to the new Manscaped ad that they come up with.
Dang, you just Then Angry Joe, he unlocked the key to that.
He did unlock it. I mean, I don't know if I'm any closer to buying Manscaped. Not that I'm against Manscaped. Manscaped is
but somebody might be.
But someone might be, because like they keep saying that they got these links and these discounts. It's like. I might be tempted.
Yeah.
I might be tempted. So it's definitely good work on that agreement between Angry Joe and Manscaped. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It works out for both of them.
So interesting when you think about it kind of like that.
Yeah, man. The monetization of things in the media world, it's complex because you want to give it to the most eyes. So that means you got to make it free.
Make it readily available.
Make it readily available, right? You can't just have a paywall in front of it. But... how are you going to get money if you don't have a paywall in front of it?
Exactly.
Because the money fuels whatever you're putting for media.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's rough. It's definitely rough out here.
It's just, trying to figure out the best sort of plan of attack and step by step if you can, you know what I'm saying?
But anyway, I'd like to quickly go over 2 things, actually. Let me go over 2 things. One thing, we should probably talk about the last episode.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Just so everyone knows, we're not beefing.
We're no longer friends. Like, we actually just are so mad that we have to do the podcast. It was hard for us.
It was difficult just to turn on this mic, but now, you know, here we are. But I was listening back to our argument, and I haven't listened all the way through yet, just because, like, you know, it's a very long segment. Yeah. But... I heard how it started, and I did come for you. It sounds like I came for you.
It's all right, bro. Because I listened back to it, and I was like, although this is kind of intense, like it's kind of wholesome because I feel like we like resolved it very well. You know what I'm saying?
We did resolve it. We did resolve it. So there's a little bit of a happy ending at the end there.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I didn't realize while we were doing it that we were like arguing, but we were really like
I know we were
yelling at each other. We were calling each other names. Like it was.
I know
it was bad.
Yeah, I know.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And like personally,
I
in the
felt bad.
moment,
Yeah, I'm sorry for like yelling at you.
Yeah, I'm sorry as well. Yeah. I didn't realize like when I said like, oh, like you're a brick, like. In my head, it just felt like nothing. But then when I hear it, I'm like, damn, like that came out of nowhere. Like I feel like I was coming for you. You know?
Look, we both got heated. We both said some things we got heated. Say. I'm sorry too. You know, I feel like I got a little too defensive. But but hey, like I said, we resolved it, and it was kind of like satisfying to like listen back. Because like when I listened back, at first I'm like, that did sound mean, but then as we resolved it, I'm like, we did a good job of like troubleshooting this argument or something like that.
We tried to kind of bring some level of
level-headedness or something.
Level-headedness. I think we did an intelligent argument, even though we said some unintelligent things.
Yes, I agree.
Some very unintelligent. All of our friends, like Lauren and them, like they saw some of the clips of like our arguments, and they now will not stop saying serial capper.
I know. I'm glad.
Like you're a serial capper. Like, bro, I'm not a serial.
The funny thing is how like serious I was.
Like it wasn't to be ironic or nothing. It was like, no, you are a serial capper. It was like, bro.
I don't realize that like some of these things that we come up with nobody else uses. Like we'll take like the lingo that we've picked up from school or friends or whatever, and then we'll just add words to it.
That's the like American English way of just like coming up with new BS with the words that you have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Serial capper was a good one though. It was a good one. It stung a little bit. It was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Capping serially. Like serialized capping. That's like a problem. That's like an addiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we just met one of our friends had a friend visit from Malaysia, and we got to meet her. And she was really cool, and we, like she by the end of her trip was calling Sean a serial capper too. So
she was calling me a serial capper. She called me a serial capper several times. It was nice. It was nice having her over.
Yeah,
she was dope. Nina, she's from Malaysia. She's a big time actress. Mm-hmm. She just finished a movie. She's cool.
That's very awesome.
She's really cool, man. I like her.
Yeah.
She's like stupid pretty.
You guys got to check out Universal and stuff?
Yeah, we were at Universal Park. Universal was crazy, dude. I kind of wish... I don't wish you were there, but I wish you were there.
I'll go next time.
Does that make sense?
I'll go next time.
You should definitely pull up.
I do want to go at one point or another.
There's a lot of things, like, if you were there, you would have liked to see.
Yeah, it's all right. I got a lot done at the house, at the apartment.
That's good. That's good. That's when you can't go out all the time, but
yeah,
we'll definitely have to get you out there at some point, because we even got to try the new... There's a new Nintendo World that they're starting at Universal.
I gotta check that out.
It's usually closed, actually, because they're still testing and everything. But that day, they're like, all right, this park is open for X amount of time, so you can come and check it out. And it's freaking cool, dude.
Dude, I want to get a refurbished Wii U.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
So I can play, like, Mario Kart. Because, like, for those
Does it have the sticks?
What? You mean the Wii remotes?
The Wii remotes.
The Wii U does, yeah. Okay. The Wii U is what we would always play Mario Kart on.
I thought we were playing on the Wii.
No. I never actually had Mario Kart, like, on the Wii. I know, right? It's
what?
Yeah, I had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Oh.
Or was it Mario Kart 7? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about if you played the Wii U.
You know Mario Kart.
But,
Mario
like,
Kart's
that's
Mario
what
Kart.
Yeah, so I kind of want to get a refurbished Wii U, because I have no idea where the one... Like, I checked this winter to see if we had it. I have no idea where it went.
Dang.
But I love
That's
Mario
a weird
Kart.
thing, too, about, like, the Wii. I feel like the Wii serves a niche that's so much fun.
Yeah.
And the Switch didn't fully replace that.
A lot of people love the Switch, so no hate to the Switch, but...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that the Switch is shitty. I'm just saying there's still a nice open spot to bring the Wii back in. You know what I mean? The Switch doesn't do exactly what the Wii does.
It would be fine if they just let me, like... I feel like I'm talking, like, one of those, what's it called? What was the GameCube?
The GameCube.
Was it GameCube? Am I saying
that really old one?
Yeah, so a lot of people loved the GameCube controller because they were raised on it. Mm-hmm. So they bring the GameCube controllers and plug them into the Wii and the Switch. And I think it works on both.
Interesting.
And, like, that is nice for people that played on the GameCube. But why can't I plug the Wii remote into the Switch? Like, why didn't they do that for the Wii remote? Because, like, I don't like doing Mario Kart on, like, the Switch handles. Because even when you make it, like, a bigger controller, it doesn't feel right.
The handles are too small.
Yeah, I like the Wii remote because you can, like, tilt it and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, I just feel like you don't get that on a Switch controller. It's too small. Yeah. Like my fingers feel too.
I don't really feel the weight. I feel like the Wii remote had a really good weight to it.
Really satisfying weight. Yeah.
It's like when you grip it, pause.
Yeah. So for Nintendo, like whatever console's coming out next, please just like make, or for the Switch, make,
or just bring the Wii back.
Just make a controller that looks like the Wii remote that I can use on your new platform, and we're good. Like I'll get your product, I will get it.
Because I feel like the Switch, I think the thing with Nintendo is they had DSs and they had Wii's, and they were both very popular, and they wanted to bring those two worlds together.
Yeah,
and.
You're right. That does sound like the Switch.
That does sound like why the Switch was made. They thought it was like then to be this crazy thing. Like, all right, instead of making two different consoles, we can just make one console.
Yeah.
Which I understand, but I feel like the Switch only really fully satisfies the needs of a DS.
I don't agree because like a lot of people I know play the Switch as a console. Like the nice thing about it is that you can like. You just put it in its like little slot, and then you get it in like full like high quality on the TV, and then you can play like that. And then if you want to continue your game, you take it on the bus. You know, you can split the controllers in two, so you can play like Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart together on like a bus, like a field trip almost. Like so that's super convenient because then you can continue to like. Do your game progress.
Yeah, but these little controllers are not doing it. My hands are huge.
Yeah, for me,
I have huge hands.
For me, they're not doing it either.
These sticks this is not working for me, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
They suck.
Especially for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I really do feel like the Wii, like, not every game was best on Wii, but the ones that were... You feel me?
The Force Unleashed, the Star Wars
Unleashed.
game.
There's no better way to play that game than on the freaking Wii.
That's because it was a Star Wars game, and so you had to like there was like the extender controller that you could plug in like the nunchuck.
Oh yeah, the nunchuck.
Remote. So then you held it in two hands, but the Wii remote was your lightsaber.
Yeah.
So you just swung it like a lightsaber. It was awesome. Like why would you play any other way?
There's no better way. Like, you could take someone, stab them, and just throw them.
It's so much better than on, like, the PlayStation because, like, you can, like... I love, like, the PlayStation, but you can't, like, swing your remote like it's a lightsaber.
No, you can. You just sit there with the little controls, and I feel like sometimes in the Force Unleashed, right, you can just shoot out lightning.
Yeah.
And so when you have it in your hands, you just like shoot and you feel it vibrate. It's like, ah! Yeah. But then when you have your hands just like stuck to this little controller, like it doesn't work the same. It just feels like when you have a controller like the Xbox and PlayStation, it just feels like you're controlling the character, whereas with Wii remotes, especially for this particular game, you are the character.
The Force Unleashed is a great example of like how to use a gaming platform correctly or something like that. Like
that game is like
Force Unleashed on the Wii.
I've played it on Wii, I've played it on Xbox, and I gotta say my best experience was on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I think there's even extra content on the Wii that's not on the Xbox.
Who doesn't have extremely fond memories? Well, probably people who didn't have the Wii, but of like Wii Tennis and like Wii Sports Resort.
Exactly. Wii was it Wii Sports? And Wii Resort.
It was like, yeah, they had like tennis, they had bowling. Like, one of our friends literally just made a reference the other day to like when you would throw the bowling ball backwards and like everybody would like spin around.
Oh yeah.
Remember like in Wii Bowling, if you accidentally let go, then it would like hit everybody behind you with the ball, and then everybody like twirl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's like a known thing in like amongst like people we know because it was so beloved.
It's so legendary.
Yeah.
Although these younger cats are probably not going to understand that.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Yeah, I think we need like a new Wii, or this Switch needs a lot more updates.
Yeah.
Like sticks. Give me some sticks.
See, because I know they make controllers that are like Xbox shaped for the Switch.
Oh,
so
true.
it's like, why can't you just make a Wii shaped controller for the Switch?
Like, but wasn't there like a motion sensor thing on the stick as well?
On the Switch?
No, on the sticks for the Wii.
They probably have that on the Switch ones too, but I have no idea actually.
It's just like, it just feels like, I don't know if it's impossible, if there's some kind of technology issue, but they should just bring it back.
Yeah.
They really should just bring it back. It felt really good. I'd love to see that again. But I brought this up.
Nintendo World.
Huh?
Nintendo World.
Yes, Nintendo World. Oh my gosh, Nintendo World was fantastic. Like, if you're a lover of Mario at all, it feels like Nintendo World.
Yeah.
And not that Universal isn't good at this, but I feel like Disney is usually the ones that are really good at giving you an experience. Like, you walk in, you feel like you are somewhere.
Yeah.
And I've been to the Universal in Florida, and now I've been to the one here in California. And I feel like the Hogwarts in Florida is a little bit more immersive.
You went to the Hogwarts in Florida? Oh, I never went to Universal in Florida. I only went to Disney World.
I think my mom was on a business trip or something in Florida, and we had a little bit of spare time. So it was like, oh, do you want to go to like Disney World, or do you want to go to Universal? I was like, let's go to Universal, because at the time I was kind of a semi-big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
So, and that was a lot of fun. I was even before Jason was born. It was just me and my mom.
Wow, yeah.
So it was middle school.
Yeah, that was a long time ago then.
Yeah, it was ages ago. But
you think that was more immersive, or maybe it was because you're young? It was, but also like I know Disney World is considered like the bigger one.
Yeah, Disney World is considered the bigger one. I think in Florida in general, they just go harder in terms of a lot of the stuff that they have. That's just my personal experience, and again, like it could be because I'm older now, so I see more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just felt like that was slightly more immersive than the one here in California. But not by that much, you know.
Okay.
The Harry Potter world still in Universal is fun, but this Nintendo world is like crazy. Like it looks. I saw coins floating and like spinning.
This is the first. This is the first Nintendo World, right?
Yes, I think.
Or at least in the U.S. or something.
I think so. I think it is the first Nintendo World.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Pretty sure it is. I mean, maybe they got something going on in Japan, but I doubt it.
I love Mario and Luigi, as you know. I, like, grew up on Mario and Luigi. Like, I mean, I think everybody did, right? Like, who didn't?
Yeah, who didn't?
Well, I guess that's our age. No, even my dad.
Mario's
like,
an old,
even my
old
dad
character,
like,
bro.
grew up on Donkey Kong and stuff like that.
Perhaps people younger than us aren't as attached to Mario Kart, and like it's kind of like old.
But Smash is still huge and all that stuff. And
no, even my brother's a big fan of like Sonic and them. Like, no, these are like legendary video game characters.
I guess the Sonic movies and stuff just came out. Mario the movie's about to come out.
Exactly.
So yeah, they're still actually maybe even bigger than ever.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe even bigger. So it was really cool. We got to play Mario Kart.
You did? Wait, on what?
So the ride, the big main attraction ride in Nintendo World is Mario Kart, basically.
Wait. Like bumper cars or something? But
it's not bumper cars. It's more like a 3D simulation ride thing. It's like half roller coaster, half like looking at like a 3D world and like moving around.
Dude, imagine go-karting, but Mario Kart themed.
That'd be pretty hard.
And like somehow like you could it would be like electronic. Mm-hmm. So you could like send like a hypothetical green shell or whatever to like the person in front of you. But how about you wore glasses like that were see-through, but it doubled as like a VR headset?
That's what we had actually.
Oh, but you weren't actually driving on a track though, right?
We weren't on like a we were on a track, but it was like a roller coaster track. So we didn't have full control over where we were going.
Yeah.
But we had like these 3D goggles, and it would show us where like all of our, because we could shoot like little, what's the little things again? Like the little shells. Like at
each other?
Huh?
Like you could see when you shot it at like Lauren or something?
No, like the car would have 4 of us in there. So we were all in like one car. Oh. But we were like racing with other characters like Bowser and Mario and Luigi, and we could like shoot them with these little 3D like visor things that you were just talking about.
So you could, yeah. That's kind of similar to that's sick. And I think my idea is like probably like many years out because it sounds like ridiculous almost.
But I think it's possible. That technology doesn't sound like it's not here. It seems like it's really expensive to put together.
It would be like you could argue it'd be semi-dangerous because like you're wearing a headset. But think about it. It's like mostly clear. So but it's also got the technology built in. So like you're driving in go-karts and stuff. Yeah. And so I can like see you in front of me in an actual go-kart on like an 8-shaped track, right? And then crazy. But I can send the red shell in the like through the headset, so I can see the red shell like hit you. Yeah. And like they're connected, like the carts. So if I hit you with the red shell, your cart is like
spinning.
It starts spinning. Yeah. But you don't actually get hit. But it's like it makes your cart spin.
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
That'd be pretty ill.
Nintendo, hit me up. Like
you might be on the money with that.
Give me royalties for that.
I wonder if they thought about that, like trying to do something like that. Because the thing is, you'd also need space to make a track.
Yeah.
And then have all these things go on it. Like
yes,
and
like,
a lot of like space.
And go-karting can hurt when you hit each other. So like you have to be a little careful.
I've never gone go-karting before.
It's so fun. We should go.
Oh.
It's so fun. Dude.
Oh, you're charged. Oh, you're serious.
I love go-karting. It's
you love go-karting.
Yeah, I love.
I want to try it just because it looked cool in the movies. So.
It's really fun. Yeah, and like you can hit each other. They don't like super highly encourage it, but they don't discourage it. Yeah.
It's not a big yes, but it's not exactly a no.
It definitely feels like you're in Mario Kart.
All right, then we'll definitely go karting at some point. But yeah, Nintendo World was awesome. I went on the Transformers ride.
Oh, nice.
That might be like top 2 for me.
Really?
Top 2. It's so because the thing is with most rides, like when it's themed around a certain thing, you don't really get to be part of a story, but just like here's this ride, and here's this crazy thing that happened today, and like all right, that's it, and like it's the end, right? Yeah. This one like puts you in the story, like, and I'm like a huge Transformers fan.
Yeah.
So, like we get on this ride, and already like Optimus Prime is like explaining something to us. It's like, look, the Allspark is in danger and Megatron wants it. We have to stop him. So like we are in this like Transformers car, like as the human like buddies for him, and we're like trying to defend the Allspark from all these Decepticons. And like I don't know if you remember the Michael Bay Transformers movies, but they're like gruesome.
I remember certain scenes here and there. Yeah.
But the whole thing about Michael Bay's Transformers that like because they're robots, you can be way more edgy about the violence. Heads are getting ripped off, spleens of like robots are getting pulled out.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
It's awful, right? Yeah. But then in the ride, I thought, they're gonna dumb it down for children. No, bro, heads are still being pulled clean off. People getting axed in like it looks like really scary war. But it was awesome.
Dude, that reminds me, I got to go on Rise of the Resistance at Disney World.
Rise of the Resistance.
It's the super crazy Star Wars ride at the Disney World in Florida.
Oh, is that the one where like you're in this box and you're like, and it's like
you're in this like
it's like a 3D box or something?
No, it's like so you sit in this like if you sit in like this like cart with like a group of people, like 4 people. And it just takes you to a bunch of different places, right? But like it's crazy because like you go in and they're all dressed as like Star Wars characters, as like the like the dudes with like the white helmets.
Oh,
like,
stormtroopers.
No, not stormtroopers. Like I know stormtroopers. Like the guys. Yes, stormtroopers are also in it, but like what are those dudes in the first movie with like the pointy white helmet?
Oh, the rebel troopers.
Those rebel guys. Like they might have. I think they were there too. Like. But basically you go in and then like you don't feel that this like you're like standing on like it's like a bus almost and you don't feel that it's moving. You just feel like you're just staying still. And then like but you're actually moving somehow. And then they open the door, the same door that you walked in. And it's just like a massive room. Inside, like, what looks like a Death Star. I can't remember the entire story, so I might be getting, like, some details about, like, the locations and, like, exactly who we saw wrong. But the door opens. The door you just walked in. And, like, 200 stormtroopers. Like, actual people. Like, just staring at you. And then you're prisoners or some shit. And then, like, you go...
Wait,
like,
what? I have never... Wait, what?
You gotta look this up. And then the dudes, like... It's called Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, it's, like, the newest one at, like, Disney World. And, like, then these dudes, like... They're dressed in, like, the, like... What is it called? Like, the Imperial Guard... Like, Darth Vader's guys with the gray...
Oh, yeah.
What are those guys called again? Like...
General, with the red, right?
General, like, Tux or something for the new one?
Oh!
Like, those guys?
Oh, those Imperial...
I can't remember the names of those guys.
Grand Moff Tarkin... Along with a couple of other those blows. Oh, but the new ones, right? Oh, General Hux?
It wasn't... It's not, like, actual guys. It's, like, people that work at Disney World dressed as those types of guys. I see. Yeah. And then they're, like, insulting you and stuff. Like, so if you laugh at them, they're like, what's so funny? Like, and they like, stay in character. They do a good job.
Oh, damn.
And they, like, guide you around, and then you have to sit in this thing, and you get to, like, go see, like, Kylo Ren, like, in the middle of a fight. Like, there's one time where, like his lightsaber, like, stabs through the ceiling, and you see it, and you're like, oh, shit. Like, it's like he's chasing you. It's so cool. It was actually like the best ride
Wait.
I've ever been on.
That is so crazy. I gotta do that. Dude.
That reminded me of like the one you were just saying about Transformers. It sounded kind of similar.
Yeah. It was Transformers ride was really exciting for me. Again, because I'm a huge like Transformers, especially that first Transformers movie by Michael Bay is like a phenomenal movie.
The Shia LaBeouf one is classic. Did you like Bumblebee?
Huh?
Did you like Bumblebee?
The movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
I have seen it. It's good, but it feels like it's missing something.
Is it missing Shia LaBeouf?
Okay, no. I'm not like pressed on Shia LaBeouf. I just feel like not that Bumblebee isn't like one of the biggest Transformers characters to ever exist, but I feel like what makes Transformers really cool is all these different robots, right? All their different personalities coming head to head and working for a greater cause. Because Bumblebee is solely about Bumblebee, it's missing every other Transformer.
Oh.
You know, and because more human based, and you know how we feel about humans and Transformers. So
I do.
Oh, maybe you don't, but it's just the story of Transformers should be about Transformers. Why are there so many humans involved? You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like watching I don't know. It's like watching like the Ninja Turtles, but most of the movie is about April O'Neil.
Oh, I get that.
You know, it's like I came here for these people, and you're giving me these other people.
Yeah, I actually really liked the second live action Ninja Turtles. Like, I thought it was way better than the first one.
Out of the Shadows. Yeah. I agree that it was better because I feel like it was made by people that actually loved TMNT, or at least that 80s movie.
Yeah.
Or 80s movie. 80s cartoon.
Yes.
The
one I grew up on.
But I feel like the damage was already done.
We grew up on the 2004 one, I think. It was like the...
We grew up off of the 2004 Ninja Turtles, which is more based off of the movies, which was Dark World funny characters. 1, 2, 3, 4 turtles. No, turtles. Whereas, like, I feel like... I want to go into a whole thing about 2004 Turtles because I can go forever.
Just go listen to the song we made about the Turtles.
Yeah, Turtles in the Sewers. It's on SoundCloud. Go check it out.
Yeah, TMNT by Sweatshirt Fletcher.
Yeah, exactly. Sweatshirt Fletcher. But yeah, it's like... what were we talking about? Why are we talking about Turtles again?
We were just talking about like that the movie was like run by like you're saying if April was in the movie more than the Turtles.
Yeah,
it's like,
which I think was the issue with the 2014 TMNT movie is that it was so centered out around April O'Neil and not the Turtles. Whereas they try to fix it with the second one, but people already had a bad taste from the first one, so they didn't come out to see the second one.
I think if they did what they did in the second one,
in the first one,
it might. Yeah, it might.
They could have done a franchise out of that.
A little bit more of a franchise, at least.
Yeah.
Because I love seeing them in live action. I mean, I love like I had these like old VHS tapes when I was a kid of that like that cheesy like live action one and like was that the 80s what you're talking about?
I think those were made technically in the 90s, but yeah.
Yeah, the 90s. Like those are so ridiculously cheesy, but they were so fun. Because they're just in these like Disney World costumes.
No, just like these animatronic. Because that's the time where like animatronics were used a lot.
It's pretty impressive for.
No, it's super. Because like even though they look technically ridiculous, you can feel every emotion that those characters are having.
Respect.
So like, dude, I can go forever about TMNT. But yeah, the Transformers ride at Universal is really fun.
Yeah,
along with a bunch of other rides. The Harry Potter stuff at Universal is really where they make their money.
I've never been to a Harry Potter world yet because I know there's one in here that our friends go to a lot, and I know there's one in Florida that like I think even my brother went to on spring break, and I know there's the one in London that like I think Kaylee and Emmy went to on their gap year.
Yeah, they got the 9 3/4 thing.
Yeah, and Lauren went too, right?
She did.
Yeah, so I know like a lot of our friends have gone, but I've never been. I love Harry Potter, so I really want to go.
Dude, it is absolutely worth it. I have only seen the movies, and they are so worth it for me.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely at Universal. That has to be like either your first and only stop or the last stop because it is the biggest, most work put into world at Universal.
Okay.
I mean, the costumes, the wand. If you buy a $60 wand, you can make stuff in the world like move.
Oh, I've heard this. I've heard this.
That?
Yeah, I think it's at Disney World too, right?
Huh?
I think they have that at Disney World too.
There's no Harry Potter stuff at Disney World.
I mean, sorry. The reason I keep getting it confused is because like Universal and Disney World are both in Florida too.
Yeah.
So that's why. And same as California. There's a
Disneyland here.
And that they actually Disneyland is the one with Avengers Campus, which I have yet to check out because they don't have Avengers Campus at Disney World in Florida. Yeah.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet. I would love to go check out Avengers Campus. That would be so cool. I want to see the Spider-Man that like flies through the air. Like there's just like animatronic Spider-Man that like flings through the air, and they like there's like some videos of it like screwing up. Like some of them are fake and some of them are real, but it's pretty funny. And it looks really cool though because there's actually this robot that they like swing through the air like it's like really Spider-Man.
And they're pretty careful with it because when it's flying through the air, the guy is not on the ground saying hi to people.
Yeah.
And then when it's not in the air, he's on the ground saying hello to everybody and shaking hands and doing pictures.
So it feels real.
It feels so good. That's the thing I love. Yeah, I went with my family, my mom and my brother.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, Avengers Campus is... I give it to Disney. Like, when they want to give you an experience, like you're in a world, they do not... Like, what's the word? Disappoint. They don't disappoint. I really felt like I was at Avengers Campus. Like this is like their little compound. That's Spider-Man. Like, I felt like a child. It's like running around and like, oh my god, all this Marvel stuff everywhere. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff from Avengers Campus just sitting around here.
Yeah.
So, you know, I bought a jacket and it had a little Avengers A logo on it. I was like, oh my god. I'm an Avenger.
Dude, I'm
an Avenger.
I missed like how much I loved the first Avengers movie when it first came out.
It was
like,
so good, yeah.
That's one thing I can say, and I know it's not entirely their fault because like when you have a franchise go for so long,
you're gonna have misses. You're gonna
wear out eventually.
Yeah.
We still have plans to see Ant-Man though, like the new one, because we're
Quantumania. That movie looks crazy.
Right. We still have seen all the movies, but like Avengers 1, man. I used to put that on every day. I thought it was like so epic. Like, and it was.
It was genuinely that epic.
2012.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's now it's past the 10-year rule. Like now we could spoil.
Dang! All right, cool. Everybody died. Like,
Phil Coulson dies.
Phil Coulson dies. Boom.
But not really. But
I mean, it depends on how you see it because the continuity is a little messy right now. But Phil Coulson's technically dead. Take that.
Okay. Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
Phil Coulson's dead.
He died.
I felt so good to say that out loud. Just spoiling movies.
We can finally talk about Avengers.
Exactly.
Wow, that's hilarious.
But Avengers is like, I mean, when that movie came out, it changed movies forever.
Yeah.
Like forever. That's when franchises went from like, 1, 2, 3 to be like, oh, spin-offs, the whole. What if franchises could be a world instead of just like, sequels back to back?
Because now, like, although stuff like No Way Home is like hype, it's almost like I expect that type of thing now because they know they can like bank off these things. Mm-hmm. But Avengers I feel like was like the first to like try it or something.
I feel like Avengers was the first time that like something like that cool could even happen.
Yeah.
And it was at like the peak of its like power. And then the only times I ever felt close to that feeling again was Captain America Civil War, Avengers Endgame, and then No Way Home was the last time I really felt like that.
Yeah. I did. No Way Home was very fun to watch. But I will say, like I might have said this on a prior podcast episode, with some of the people that are in the movie, like apparently I heard somebody was watching it back and there was like, I can't remember who told me this. I wish I could remember. But there was like pauses because the characters that we didn't know would appear are like, hey, and it's like a sitcom, like they wait for like an audience to clap because they literally know now that the audience is waiting, like the audience is cheering.
They edited to the audience reaction.
Before, like they probably have test audiences or something, but it's like Avengers, did they do that too? Like
they might have I think they kind of do actually when you go back to Avengers because they'll be like, oh, like, someone's gonna summon, like, who's summoning lightning? And then Thor shows up, and he has a little moment. It's like, oh, it's Thor! And, like...
I feel like it was more disguised, though. Because, like, when Thor...
It might have been more subtle then than it is in No Way Home. And I don't blame No Way Home. I mean, like, once the cat's out the reason why No Way Home is, like... It's not the only reason. Yeah. But one of the big reasons why No Way Home is such a special movie is because of those things occurring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Like,
so you have to edit around. You have to make sure the movie is for that.
I'm glad I can go back and watch it. It's like, it's crazy that movie. I like, one thing I think that like we don't talk about enough or explain enough is that like you and I, like, we started getting into like superheroes when we were probably in like, we were pretty young, I feel like.
Before Iron Man came out, I was already a big Marvel fan.
Yeah, like we used to like go and like, you know, Google like the storylines of our favorite superheroes so we could like get to know them more.
I remember watching a lot of the shows,
playing the video games. Yeah. And then like when the Marvel movies started coming out, then we like kind of knew a lot of the characters already.
Yeah.
And we were like, no way, there's a movie for this guy, there's a movie for that guy.
Yeah.
And then like it just like we were at our peak interest in superheroes when superheroes blew up the most. And that's probably because there were a lot of kids that also had interest in superheroes.
Or it's because we're the main characters. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're like, we're the reasons.
I'm just saying, if we weren't interested in superheroes, would they be as big as they are now? I don't know. I can't tell you. I only live in this world.
You sound like I've never seen like me and Batman in the same room. And you were Batman for Halloween.
I was Batman for Halloween.
I've never seen Sean and Batman in the same room.
He hasn't, and he never will.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, not that it's a joke, but it did feel so special that at the time where we were really loving like these superhero things, they were getting the attention that they should have from the whole world.
That was crazy. It really felt like we just like grew up at the perfect timing somehow.
Yeah, because it wasn't like we were so old that like we're at the edge of our lives and we weren't going to be able to make it to the next movie. Like, we're still in a good relative age for like all these superhero movies to come out at the peak of our interest at a time where we didn't have to deal with real world issues like rent and, you know, stuff that can distract you from the things that you genuinely just like.
Right.
You know, as a kid, everything you like feels so special.
Yeah.
So the fact that I could have like my childhood be taken over by Marvel, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
That's so interesting you put it like that. You're so right. Like a lot of times when you're a kid and you're able just to like sort of just like take your time, find out what you like, do that type of thing. Yeah. It does mean so much when you like really enjoy something.
Exactly, because it's just like, you know, you don't have to deal with the responsibilities and the horrible traumas of the world. The world hasn't like reached you yet. Your parents,
but not everybody gets that.
No.
Yeah.
Not everybody got that.
So it's important to be grateful about that and stuff.
Yeah, but then I feel like Marvel also helped me teach me a little bit about the real world, because I was sort of having these questions like, why can't the X-Men and the Avengers like hang out together or something, right? Yeah. That's a question that started coming up as like a kid.
Yeah.
And then you start going into the research part of it, and then you find out about the business behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, as a kid, the world is like magic.
Yeah.
It's just like magical. Like, things just happen. You're like, yay! And you're like, you don't realize all the work and business, contracts, social issues, global issues that'll occur that just affects everything.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, maybe kids nowadays don't get to have that type of protection just because the internet just puts everything available.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but I feel like if I was a kid and COVID happened, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were, like, pretty young and, like, you just had to start wearing, like, masks, like, you probably wouldn't question it. You'd be like, okay, my mom said I have to wear a mask so I don't get sick.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wouldn't. I would be unaware, because everyone has such universal feeling of, like, shielding your children from, like, the horrors of the world.
I've noticed that a lot. Like, there's a lot of, like, industries and stuff, and it makes sense, like, to protect the kids and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's, like, interesting, because, like, what is the age that you start, like every parent has a different time that they want to talk to their kids about the birds and the bees. Like, how do you decide those things on a global scale? You can't. You can maybe decide it on a, like, nationwide scale, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, a global scale? Like, so many, like every country is so different. Like, every, like, area of a country is so different. That how can you decide things like that? Like, how does anybody come up with anything? Like,
I don't know, man. It's just, it might be just a universal, like, human feeling.
Yeah, it's like what can we all mutually agree on the most, and like that's kind of how we come up with
shielding horrors from our children.
Yeah.
This is a human. That's like a nature experience right there, and that is really beautiful.
Yeah.
That is really beautiful because it doesn't have to be that way.
But then if you shield your kids like too much, then it's like a shock to your kids when they suddenly get the reveal of the harshness of the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be a balance, and I'm glad you brought this up because I can tie this back to that movie that I wanted to talk about the other day, Spirited Away.
Yeah.
One of the main themes of Spirited Away is teaching this kid how to grow up, right? Mm-hmm. To take responsibility of things, to want to work hard in a hard-working world.
Yeah.
And, at some point, your kids are just going to have to grow up.
Yeah.
They're going to have to see the world for what it is, and you have to prepare them for it. That's really what I feel like parenting is about. Taking your kid and then growing them into the person that they need to become for this world.
Yeah, and I think especially, like, growing up in school, like, you always have, like, a path. At least, like, I did, right? It's like, okay, you got elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and then you're thrown into the real world, right? Yep. And, like, now that I just, like, finished school in, like, May of last year, it felt like I was, like, suddenly thrown into the real world, and I just, like, had no idea, like, what to do. Because it's like, yeah, I did all this stuff, but like, now what? And, like, that's something that a lot of people go through.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wait, I'm done with school? What does that even mean to be done with school?
Yeah, what do you do now with the whole... Because you're just thrown into things that you have to do as a kid, but now you have to throw yourself into what you feel like you have to do.
Exactly. You have to take responsibility. You have to, take a few more risks for yourself. You have to...
Yeah, and, like, that's what... In the movie Spirited Away, just because this is a good kind of segue-ish for it, right? Yeah. And how old is Spirited Away? Can I spoil it?
I think it's like, I think it's more than 10 years old.
Let me just be 100% certain, because I don't want anyone to come
I think like our friends watched. I think our friends watched that growing up. I think it's like a childhood thing.
Okay, good.
Who's calling me?
A release date. Hopefully nobody. We're doing the pod. Oh, 2002. All right, I'm definitely good to go.
2002.
2002. So that's 19.
Yeah, I told you. I was
21 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our friends as kids grew up on it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the movie, right? I forgot the main character's name. I think it was Chihiro. Yeah, it's Chihiro. And her parents, they go into this tunnel, and then they go into like this magical spirit realm, and her parents turn into pigs. They're gone. She's just left in this whole creepy, scary world of magic and spirits, and some kind-hearted spirits, some not so kind-hearted spirits, and she has to just figure the world out.
Yeah.
So, first thing, she meets this character. I forgot this character's name, but it's like Master something. Master Haku. There you go. Master Haku, right? Master Haku, the first thing he says is like, all right, Chihiro, go get a job. All right? Wow. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
But it'll keep you in this world.
Yeah.
And, like, yes, the motivation behind it and the plot is like, oh, if you get this job, it'll help you get your parents back.
Yeah.
But when you think about what the Master Haku is trying to say to, like, the audience, it's like, look, go get a job, all right?
Yeah.
And it's going to suck, and you're going to need to work hard. But it's so that you can stay in the real world, right? It's so that you can function as a human being.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like... Spirited Away I don't think it's the most intelligent movie I've ever seen in my life. But I do like how it's so fantastical in the way that it looks and the way that it sounds, but it's fantastical off of real world. What the real world looks like.
That's the best writing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I have to have you have to have something grounded in there, something that I can actually relate to.
We can only write off of stories we know, stories we've been told, and stories that have happened to us, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that a lot, especially as far as song goes. And so for me, it's like much easier to like sing, because I feel like when we first started making music, and I might have said this like before, but like when we initially started making it, we were making it because we just had these like melodies in our head, and we kind of wanted to get them out, and like we in our verses, like we talked about a lot of stuff that I would say we wanted to do, like traveling up and down the East Coast, even though we maybe had not done it as much, so far, right?
Yeah.
Like we just started driving at that time, so we hadn't done any crazy East Coast road trips.
No
but
crazy driving.
We made a song called East Side Drive, which is like which is like 95, right? But now I've done many East Coast road trips, so I can actually sing about it probably like much more effectively. You know what I'm saying? But the point is like you got to start somewhere.
Start somewhere.
You don't really know what to talk about at first, so you kind of start talking about like things that you've heard your favorite artists talk about, right? But then, like, the more, like, life experience you gain or whatever, like, the more you just
put
go
that
through,
into the music.
the more you put that into the music. And like, for me, it really fuels the music. Like,
I agree. I feel like in music, I started off, like, just saying what I was hearing, and not what I was living. And now it's a lot more of, especially with Leaving Saturday that's coming out March 3rd. 2023. Look out for that. It's a lot of me. It's like 100% me.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why Leaving Saturday
exaggerated, but it's definitely me in there.
That's why it's so dope to listen to, because you really feel like when I just like sat down and got to listen to it, like that pre-screening, but the pre-hearing, I guess.
The pre-hearing.
The pre-screening of Leaving Saturday Night.
Yeah. Get a little listening.
I just like
the test audience.
Yeah, I like sometimes like. For listening to albums, I like turning off all the lights and like just like listening.
So the only sense that you're really activating is your ears.
Yeah, and I think that would be a great way to listen to Leaving Saturn too.
I agree. I designed it for like Leaving Saturn it came from a place of loneliness.
Yeah.
So I designed it for loneliness. Kind of like being by yourself with your own mind, and then just having all these thoughts kind of come to you, and those thoughts are what you're listening to on the album. Yeah. So I definitely recommend headphones, AirPods, earbuds, whatever listening device that you have, plug them right into your ears and just like feel it in like your darkest point.
I would say get to know Sean by like listening.
You'll definitely get to know me. You get to know a time in my life for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like music, it captures like a part of your life, and like your emotions change and this and that changes, and we should understand that about artists, that like
some people don't though, and sometimes some people will hear a project and think that they're experiencing that right now as they're listening to it.
No, it's like usually not the case.
It's usually not. Usually an album is made like a year in advance.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah, so don't like you don't have to like hear a sad song and then like text somebody like, oh, I'm sorry, that song was pretty sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I guess you could, but it's like, I think the beauty of art is that you're able to capture the emotion while it's live.
Yeah.
And it's like forever documented. Like that's like so incredible.
It is. It is. It's nice. Although, do you ever like hate it when like you try to put out a song, and maybe it's something that only musicians will understand.
Yeah.
But like you put out a song, right? And someone wants to think it's about them. So it's like, oh my God. Like they'll hit you about it and be like, bro, like I literally just made this song because I was feeling this type of way. I mean, it's not really about you. It's about me, but like, sure.
Sometimes it's an amalgamation. Sometimes it's about one person specifically.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's about like, what was the quote that you told me the other day? Or maybe, I think you're the one that told me this. It's like, I'd rather people know me than not know me at the end of the day. Like, I'd rather people like...
I said that?
Maybe not. Maybe it's something I saw online or something. It might be. But like, it was like maybe... I'm sorry for whoever's quote this is, but it's not my quote. So, it's something like, I'd rather people know me than not know me. And that's what I like to think about. Because it's like, a lot of people get really anxious about, like, dropping art because they're like, or even showing movies, like, showing the things they make. Yeah. Because it's intimate and they put a lot of effort into it. And, like, to me, like, your art says a lot about you, right? And, like, I take, like, when I listen to people's art, I feel like I take, like, I take mental notes. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm not judging the person as a person. I'm, like... I'd say I'm appreciating them as a person almost, because like too frequently are we, I feel like, judged for the way we naturally are. And so when you like express how you feel on song, I'm not gonna hate you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like I'm just intrigued to see how you think. I'm intrigued to hear how another person feels and thinks and expresses themselves.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you said about like not really hating art. Like you can not like a sound and stuff, but like if it evokes an emotion out of you, you can appreciate it for that reason.
Yeah.
So I just like really, really encourage like everyone, if you feel like you have like that sensation to create and just like do something and like make something that's yours and like express yourself, like please just do it and like advertise it, because like that's so cool.
Push it. Just push whatever art you're making. Like push it, dude.
Yeah.
Love your art for what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think just the pressure of the world sometimes it gets to people.
I understand, because it gets to me a lot of the time too, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you have to be this, you have to do this. I don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to do fucking shit.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not in the first 30 seconds of this.
Yeah.
I don't have to fucking do shit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else? What's happening?
I don't know, man. Well, let's see how far we are in.
I had a lot of. I mean,
we're over an hour. I mean,
my weekend's been crazy. I just been out spending instead of.
You've been like, this week is a little different. We didn't really.
Yeah, I meant to do a writing session with Lauren, and that was it, and then come home and do more creation stuff. But since the last podcast, I haven't really created anything because. When I went to go hang out with Lauren and do the writing session, like a whole plan just like came together because a friend was in town, so that took over like my whole week. Basically just been like chilling, having fun. It's been cool. It's been nice.
Yeah, no, it's been cool.
More bonfires.
We've had friends over a few times.
A couple of times. It was dope. A little bit of clubbing somewhere in there.
I like hosting. Yeah,
hosting is nice. Eating a lot of food.
Yeah.
A lot.
We've been making a lot of food.
We've been making a lot of food as well. Yeah, we should share one of these
that's what I'm thinking.
Cooking sessions one day.
Yeah, I think I might. We're talking about like sharing, like, because we've been making some really fun stuff with like really cool recipes.
Yep.
So I kind of wanted to. Let me just say my like a shameless self plug. My TikTok.
Go ahead and shamelessly plug yourself while we're here.
My TikTok handle is Cough Drippy. So KAUFFDRIPPY. You guys should follow me, because I've been posting a lot of like dancing videos and stuff like that, because I like dancing a lot. It's like very therapeutic for me for some reason. So I listen to like, songs that I might be vibing with, because I'm dropping a song on Valentine's Day.
That's coming. It's coming.
Which I'm kind of like anxiously scared for, because it does feel like, oh my gosh, I'm like sharing my thoughts with people. But I'm really trying to get over the
fear
of sharing myself with the world. Yeah. So
just do it.
Yeah, I'm just doing it. So I'm dropping it.
Oh, I have a question then.
Yeah.
So why do you feel like you have to share these dance videos?
The dance videos are.
I know that dancing is therapeutic, but like, is it also therapeutic
you want me to
share
connect it? Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, like a lot of the song is obviously romance based because it's on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So like the dancing, I have this playlist that sort of made me like feel how I was feeling about the romance and stuff, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And the dancing started with me dancing to the songs by myself. And it was just so fun, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm feeling right now. Like this playlist is like for me to enjoy, to dance to. But then I was like, I feel like this is kind of what I do, and I think it's like fun to like show that to the world or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a few friends on TikTok that like share their like just stuff they do in their daily lives, and I really like it, because it's like oh, like this is so cool. You guys are like sharing snippets of your lives. And so I just thought I would do the same thing, and like I dance a lot, so I was like, might as well share some of it. I still like try to take time though to dance like with myself, because I don't want to just do dances online. Like the dances.
That's another thing. It's like, how do you balance when you're doing this for other people versus when you're doing it for yourself?
Exactly. So I try not to like. I try to like remind myself like, nah, just like dance with yourself tonight and stuff like that, like here and there. But then that's like the balance of like, it's kind of the same thing as like dropping songs. Like you might want to put like one thing online, and then another thing you're like, okay, I might not be ready to drop this yet and stuff. But no, the dancing I really like, and I feel like it's a cool way to show my emotion. Like recently, as we build up towards Valentine's Day. Because a lot of those songs that I've been dancing to are on the playlist that inspired the song.
Oh.
Yeah. Which, if you go to my... oh my gosh, I'm just like self-plugging myself right now.
Do it, man. We're in the last bits of this pod. You might as well plug it.
You guys can actually go to my Spotify if you want. Because I realize like Spotify's kind of like a social media too, low-key.
There's a social aspect to Spotify for sure.
Yeah, and I've actually like made the playlist like public, the one that inspired this song.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
So my Spotify is Cough Off, which is Kauffooff, same as my Instagram.
Kauffooff.
Yeah, same as my Instagram. Kauffooff. And like that one has like the playlist. It's like a fiery heart, a microphone, and then a dancing thing. Because like I'll be like singing and dancing to this playlist.
Singing and dancing.
Yeah. So if you guys want to get like hyped for the drop, because I'm really hyped for the drop. The song that's dropping will be kind of like the final song of the playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's like the culmination.
Yeah, it like completes the vibe. And the songs are kind of wildly different because it's not really a playlist of sound, but it's a playlist of emotion. And like
that's a different way to attach everything.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So there's like I can just give you a few examples. Like there's anything from like Riding Solo by Jason Derulo to like Lost by Frank Ocean, right?
Oh wait, are we gonna get copyright claimed if I sing that?
No, if you sing, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
And then to like High School Musical, like it's like so, like there's a wide variety.
High School Musical.
Yeah, because I'm like a theater kid, so it's like I gotta keep the musicals in there and stuff.
Keep the musicals alive.
But then there's also a bunch
Troy
of
had ass.
Yeah. So.
Dang, this is gonna be the culmination of the song that's dropping.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Good, that should be exciting. Oh, where is this going? Ooh, Riding Solo, High School Musical. Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, go check out the playlist.
A lot of music coming. Also have Leaving Saturn again coming March 3rd, 2023.
Yeah.
Be expecting that. I'll put links in. I think the pre-save links are already everywhere.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pre-save it. If that'll be helping me algorithmically.
Oh wait, can we put the pre-save in the link to the STARbound episode?
Wait,
your pre-save for Leaving Saturn?
You put it in the STARbound episode?
Let's put it in the description.
In this episode?
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea. Yeah, all right. So it's in the I can do the thing. Oh my god. All right, check out the description below. Oh my god, I did it.
You did like the YouTube thing.
I did the thing. Look, like, share, subscribe, and then check in the comments below. Boom.
Check in the description.
Check in the description below.
And then comment.
Then if you have an opinion, comment it.
Yeah, I agree.
Whew, that was so much fun.
You're right. Maybe we should do that more.
We should be more like YouTubers. Yeah. What's good? It's your guy. King Kudjo.
I like how you become like robotic to become a YouTuber.
Every YouTuber, oh my god, I mean this out of love because I really do think it's fun.
Yeah.
But like, I'm about to flame them for a second. All you YouTubers do the same shit, bro. You say the same shit. It looks like everyone took the same YouTube course on how to be a YouTuber and does the same exact bullshit.
You know that's because they Googled the one video like how to become a YouTuber and
they all watch the same and they're doing all the red circles with the dots and then the lines and the.
Well, now you make me want to do that for this thumbnail.
We're gonna have to be YouTubers, yeah.
Like, should I?
This is the YouTuber podcast now.
It just has like a bunch of like red arrows.
Check this out, STARbound podcast. Oh no, you need a number in it too. Oh, 9 times that Sean said a profanity word. Go ahead. Like all y'all do the same shit, and it's not because it's a bad thing. I understand. They're playing the game. But it's just funny because like it's to a point where it's rhythmically the same.
Yeah.
You know, like the like, share, subscribe. Like I hear it in exactly that like tone and phrase, like back to back to back.
Every social media like builds up their own lingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll say this. I think if there's a YouTuber that can find their own way of doing it in their own rhythm, that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. But fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe. Link in the description below. If we had a little...
You know what they do sometimes? They're like, hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, hit that that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, that's why I hear a lot. Hit that subscribe button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. That happens a lot too.
That's what. Well, now we're just talking about the different ways to say the same thing.
I know.
Speaking of that, it's been really fun, like, just kind of bringing it back to the first episode of STARbound. It's been so fun, like, coming out here and people telling me that they have no idea what I'm saying. Because, like, when I went from, like, I think I said this on, like, the first episode, when I went from, like, our area, so, like Rockville, a.k.a., like, the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, like, the sort of tri-state area, even though D.C. is not a state, like, going up to Baltimore for college, like, a 45-minute drive, like, my friends, like, Harry and Tim at first were like, dude, what are you saying? Like, it was so funny because it's like 45 minutes away, but they like did not know
the language is so different.
Yeah, but then we come out here and like some of our friends know it already because Sean's been out here. Yeah. So like they know geek and stuff like that. Yeah. But still, whenever I meet somebody new, they're like, what is like a geek? What is and
yeah, like why you say geek, huh?
Like I'm geeking, like
scheming?
Which just means like I'm laughing and so like I'm geeking. It's like I'm laughing.
Yeah, Nina, who's not even from this country, right? So there's even more words that she doesn't understand. Yeah, you know, there are more like widespread American language stuff. I kept saying like after I was like done with like eating, I was like, yo, I'm stuffed. Yeah, and like she didn't fully understand what that meant yet, and then over time she's like, oh, like stuffed, like you're full.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. And that's like a basic one. Yeah. That's like, you know, everyone knows.
That's such a cool way to like learn like just like how different people like speak.
Yeah, just hang out with people.
Yeah, because like in every country there's different like slang in different locations of the country. Yeah. In fact, in like friend groups, there's different slang.
Yeah, I brought bloke from the UK and brought it into our friend groups, and now we always call people blokes.
Now we just say the bloke all the time.
The bloke!
Yeah. Anyway,
blokes.
Yeah.
Anything else happened this week, or?
Well, I mean, I think we talked about it. I danced a lot. We scatted a lot. We've been like making like a lot of music. That's why I'm like really excited about these drops.
Yeah,
like,
I'm maybe sick of these blankets up. Actually, I'm gonna probably put them down sometime.
Yeah, this
week.
It's so that the sound is better. Hopefully, the podcast sound is better too because it kind of like serves a dual purpose. You know,
it does serve a dual purpose. It does.
Yeah,
it's like dang, I haven't seen my own walls in so long. It's funny. It's been cool, man. We've been having a blast. A lot of music stuff. A lot of music on the way. Again, Leaving Saturn is coming out March 3rd. Expect some new music from Cough Drippy.
Yep. February 14th.
February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
This month and the beginning of next month is going to be hot. And expect even more art shit. Because as you know, this is an art podcast. We just talk about art all the freaking time.
Yeah. That's the best way to describe it.
We just talk about art here?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should take an episode to talk about, like, paint art.
Paint art.
You know, like the Van Goghs.
I mean, I guess we could study up on it.
Leonardo's. I just feel like painting
we should just go to a museum and then like take photos of our favorites.
Exactly.
But then we would have to edit the episode so that the viewer could like see the paintings.
See the pics. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Because I feel like painting is like one of the most classic forms of art that no one really knows how to appreciate.
Yeah.
You know, movies, it's simple, right? There's a story. Music, it's simple. Yeah. But like painting, like how do you say that you like a painting?
Yeah.
Like why?
I think my favorite experience ever at a museum was when I was visiting Jacob Liu in New York because he was there he was interning for the summer, and we went to like I can't remember which one it was. It was like it was one of the big New York museums. Maybe it was MoMA or something. And I just like was walking around during the day, and I got so lost in the paintings. I was like, wow, this person like so long ago like took this time to do these tiny brushstrokes to like paint what they see, and like that's so beautiful. Like anybody can do that. Like because they would use like the resources they had. Like art like is using the resources you have at the time to make something.
Yeah.
It like you don't need to like yes, for the bigger projects you can save up money to buy this to do this.
You can do all these big things down the line, but
you can always make some kind of art.
Yeah.
Always.
I feel like the artists that hold themselves back because they don't have something, it's like, look, you're not a real artist then. Because real artists will take fucking trash and turn that shit into something cool.
There are a lot of artists actually that literally take trash and make like
exactly. So who are you to say you need all this when you have artists out there that are turning trash into art? Like you have zero excuse. You know, make something that you want to make.
Just express yourself, right? It's so like emotionally satisfying. Like,
we should turn more people into artists.
I think everybody has an inner artist in them, and like I would love to see more people post just like stuff that they, just like little videos and like paintings and
do a
drawings.
little more. Just like, what did you make? You know, let me get into your psyche.
I love it when people like, you know, like make the Instagram like artist profiles and stuff. It's just so
we should
cool.
find a business podcast to beef with. Because I feel like...
I don't think we'd beef with them.
But I feel like the other side of art, right? Because everyone wants to... I feel like being creative and creating is so nice, but the other side of that is business.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the part that artists don't understand the business side. Business people don't understand the art side. Yeah. But they need each other in order to create the best world.
Especially in LA.
So, yeah. I think we're going to have a frenemies thing with them.
You know what? I might have mentioned... I think I did mention that...
Recommend business podcasts to us so we can beef them.
I think I did mention Serene on the last episode, my friend Serene, but I called him about this winter break. I was like, dude, I am struggling with trying to figure out how to, like, satisfy myself as an artist and then satisfy, like, other people as an artist.
Yeah.
Because, like, you need to find a middle ground if you eventually want to turn it into, like, a business. And that's why so many artists, I think, like, lose their passion, right? Yeah. And he was just telling me, like, it's... That's something that's, like, the artist struggle. And, like, you sometimes you have to give
one
in
for me,
here.
One for them.
Yeah, give in here, give in there. Just make sure that it's balanced. Don't fully give in to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fully let go of your vision, but also be willing to, like, troubleshoot so that you can still get a vision out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Compromise.
Shout out to Serene.
You know, it's hard. When you're a creator, you want to create in this bubble, this vacuum. It's your world.
Yeah.
But you exist in the real world. And that's what all art has to battle with. You know, you live in the real world. What are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
So, yeah. I mean, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's try to wrap this up. I think we're already...
It's our last episode was like the longest one. It was like 2 hours 18
Yeah,
minutes.
Look, don't expect us to do 2 hour, 3 hour episodes now just because that last one went crazy. We just had a very deep discussion that we could not get off of.
Yeah,
so don't be expecting that.
This is good though. We got like hour and 30 minutes, so I think we're good to wrap it up. I think we covered a decent amount of stuff.
I think we covered a good amount of stuff. Yeah. In that case, I'll wrap it up real quick. Like and subscribe to the channel, STARbound Podcast. And it's been your host, King Kojo.
And Cough Drippy.
And 2 Chainz.
Peace.